My air conditioner went out earlier this week too, but I was pissed. They got it fixed though. Boy,
What's good? What's good, brother Josh?
what's going on with you, Isaiah?
I got a question about something that we can do on the Sabbath. I want your clarification whether or not it would be like partaking in sin
Okay.
or anything like that.
Okay.
So there's this. Well, the question is, and I'm probably gonna have to like go into it. Like, can we watch Twitch streamers or YouTubers on the Sabbath? And the reason I ask this is because I've done my own research, and from my understanding, on YouTube, like the people you watch, if it's monetized, they get paid like every ad you see.
Mm-hmm.
And on Twitch, they get paid for every 1,000 viewers on an ad. So I was wondering if that would be bad for a Christian to watch those type of content on the Sabbath.
Well, see, this is where it gets a little tricky at. If you know these guys are making content for a living, like this, how they get paid, right? Then they're working, and you're partaking in that, right? But the reason why it gets tricky is because when you monetize, you're just monetized from that point on. And if they're if I'm monetized, right? Like Gideon, I use my perfect example. He's monetized. When Gideon does these YouTube videos and he put them on the Sabbath, right? Once they're done and they're uploaded, they're gonna have ads on it because his YouTube videos are monetized. Does that mean he's working on the Sabbath? No, the monetization just naturally, once you turn it on, it's on, right? That doesn't mean he's doing this. But if Gideon came on the Sabbath and was doing his own personal content, had nothing to do with the word, which means he's doing that for money, then no, he shouldn't be doing that. But if you're watching a YouTuber and he's talking about the word of God, like he's teaching, the monetization ain't got nothing to do with it. It's just that that's just how his account is set up. You follow what I'm saying? He's not doing that for the money. It's like the same thing with your lights. When you pay your light bill, your lights are just gonna be on, even if you paid it a day or two before the Sabbath. Your lights is gonna be on. You follow what I'm saying? Yeah, you're not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna turn my lights out because on the Sabbath. No, you're just gonna just go with the flow. You're just gonna keep doing it. But if somebody is doing something on the Sabbath for money specifically, that's their job. And if it's not pertaining to the word of God, you don't want to partake into that.
Okay, I have a question because this is one of the people who maybe want to ask this question. There's a streamer called Kaisenet, and he's doing he's on Twitch and he's partnered with Twitch. So like he can run ads, make money. It is his main job, and he's doing this marathon thing where he's like playing this game for like a whole bunch of hours straight until he beats it. It's a DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be? He's not really talking about nothing like specifically with the word. Would it be wrong for me to watch his stuff on the Sabbath?
I wouldn't partake in any live work for money being done on the Sabbath. That's his job.
He's also, I guess you could say, like he's doing it for fun. But
that's still his job. Just because it's fun don't mean it ain't work.
You're right.
Just because you enjoy your job doesn't mean it still ain't your job. I love electrical work, but I ain't never worked on the Sabbath. You follow what I'm saying? I enjoy it, I love it, but I'm not gonna do it on the Sabbath. Right? If that's what you do for a living and it's your job and you're getting paid and you're doing it on the Sabbath, you're working on the Sabbath. You need to shut that. If it was one of us, we shut that thing down between Friday night and Saturday night. And if we did have it up, it'll be pertaining to the word. The monetization is a non sequitur. It has nothing to do with it because your video is going to be monetized regardless because that's a setting that you put on your account once you get to a certain amount of views. Once it's monetized, it's monetized. That has nothing to do with it. I'm interested in the content. If that's what you're doing for a living and you see that day as any other day that you make money, then I'm not going to partake in that because they're doing that on the Sabbath. That'd be like if you had a job in construction, Isaiah, and you be like, hey Josh, can you come out on my job and chill with me while I work? You ain't got to work, but I just want you out there. I don't want to be around nobody working on the Sabbath. I'm just allowed on your job site, Isaiah. I'm not even working with you. No, man, I just want you there, man, just to talk to. I'm not defiling the Sabbath. You are. But I don't want to be around nobody doing it either. Because now I'm partaking in that. Just like you don't want to be around nobody who's homosexual and committing the homosexual act right around you. Like you're not doing it, right? But I bet if you were sitting on the subway and two guys start getting it on in the next seat, you're gonna get up and move, ain't you?
Most definitely.
Right. You don't want to be around that. No, I'm good. I think I'm gonna go to a whole nother cart. You know, when they get to the next station, I'm gonna get out and go to a whole nother car. But you ain't partaking though, are you? But you don't want to be around it either. That's how you got to see sin, and that's what we was talking about. Holy, separating yourself. That's what it's all about. I tell people all the time, there's gonna come a time, y'all. It may not be in our lifetime, but there's gonna come a time where we're not even gonna be able to watch TV or internet stuff. It's gonna become too vexing. We're just not gonna be able to, and it's not gonna be because of a commandment to do it or not do it. It's just gonna be you can't stomach it. If you're really in this word, you're gonna be like, nah, I can't do this. I can't keep watching. I'm turning something else on. So I ain't really worried about y'all in that regard. I'm really not, because a lot of y'all already discussed about a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah, it's this, and like to go with what you're saying, it's this show called The Boys that I'm currently watching. It's so much like crazy stuff that I know I probably shouldn't be viewing in there.
I watched it too, brother. I watched it too.
These days, when I watch shows, Isaiah, I just watch them long enough. I say, okay, I'm waiting for the gay. They're gonna throw something gay in there eventually. I'm out. I mean, they do it like it's a pattern.
That's exactly what they did too.
That what they see?
Exactly what they
it's
did.
A pattern. It's like, okay, I just be like, wait for this. This I be watching stuff with my son, and he'll tell you. I say exactly this. I be like, wait for it. Wait for it. Gay. That's exactly what I do. I'm not lying. He'll tell you. That's what I do. Because I be waiting for us. I know it's coming. I know it's coming. And I just like, gay. Because I know from a business perspective why they're doing it. They want to be mainstream. And the homosexuals want somebody to root for. They want somebody to identify with them. I get it, man. Just because I'm not in this world anymore don't mean I don't understand how this world works.
Fact.
So I get it. It's marketable. And homosexuals complain when they watch television shows that don't depict them. Just like in the older days, black people start, and I'm not comparing the black struggle with the homosexual struggle because they ain't even nowhere near the same. But I'm just giving y'all an example. Just like black people once started complaining that they don't ever let us be in anything. So they wanted somebody to identify with. I mean,
it almost seemed.
Go ahead.
Today it almost seems like, even with the black characters, like it almost seems like they put it in places where it doesn't really fit, trying to reach out to a bigger audience or just to try to get the check mark of like including.
And I remember The Gradual too. I remember one time when they first started having homosexual couples, they didn't really do anything. They're just like, they're a couple, right? We knew they were gay, but they didn't do anything. Now they'll start giving them whole love scenes and stuff, bro. You follow what I'm saying? Like, I was watching the show Power, right? And I'm like, okay, there's definitely nothing gay here, but I was waiting for it. Got to Power Book 2, gay couple, just out of nowhere. But I knew they were going to do it. And look, I'm going to tell you like this. I'm not even mad at what the world does anymore. I've gotten numb to it. You follow what I'm saying? You will never get any rest if you just stay mad at this wicked world. The best thing to do is just to separate yourself from it. And that's what I try to tell people to do. Just separate yourself. That's what it really means to be holy. Set apart. That's what elect means. Christians don't even. How many times do y'all, like Dre and Kevin J, do we even use the word elect anymore in Christianity?
No, it don't seem like. But ain't sanctify yourself being separate?
Yes.
Ain't that what that is?
Yes, and elect means chosen. Do Christians even think they're the chosen ones anymore? They don't act like it. I'm gonna have to do a whole class on what it means to be elect. You're supposed to be the elect. That means specifically handpicked by Jesus Christ. Like he selected you from among many and said, I want you on my team. Y'all don't see that. Like, y'all don't see that as like an honor. We too busy trying to be like, we want to be elected by Satan, which ain't really hard to do. Yes, he did that, special agent. He elected. Oh, I'm going to do a class on that. Yes. When you accept Christ, you become the elect. Y'all better get it right. But appreciate that, Isaiah AC. We finna go in and close this thing out.
I got just like.
What'd you say, Isaiah?
Real quick.
I got like.
Go ahead, Drake. Or whoever.
I was gonna say, no, just what you were saying pretty much is like, yeah. And I think it's gonna be one day where the world is going to be knowingly worshiping the devil. One might say, well, they do it now, and I would say absolutely. But now it's kind of still like censored the same way homosexuality would have been in the 80s, 90s. It was being done, but some things are still understood and frowned upon, to where now homosexuality is coming into the quote-unquote norm.
That's
One
right.
day, satanic worship is going to be the exact same way.
That's right. In fact, Dre, they did a show called Lucifer, and he's the protagonist. Anybody remember that show?
I remember that.
Y'all know what protagonist mean, right? That's like the hero. They did a show, and Satan is the main character. It's literally called Lucifer. How did they get the green light on that? And how did they stay on the air long enough to be popular? That means somebody was watching it. Mostly Christians.
It was one of the more popular shows, actually.
Yeah.
When it first came out. Definitely.
I ain't finna watch no show called no Lucifer. You been there rooting for Lucifer. Remember I told y'all watch these movies, and if you're not careful, they'll have you rooting for the bad guy. I watched the movie Scarface. I'm rooting for Scarface. No, he need to die. He was a drug dealer. He had murdered a lot of people himself. We be rooting for the bad guy. Like I said, I was watching Power. Now I'm in my right state of mind. I'm like, yes, he need to die. Ghost need to die. Tyreek need to die. These are some evil people. They're murderers and drug dealers. They need to be in prison or they need to die. We're not supposed to be rooting for them. Well, I hope he get away. Why? He need to go to jail. He's a murderer. We be rooting for the bad guy. Think about that. I remember I first said that analogy when I said that movie Blue Streak with Martin. Y'all remember that? He was trying to steal that diamond. Be honest. Then y'all all want him to get that diamond. Tell the truth.
Yeah, get out of jail, get your diamond, get away, get to Mexico.
Tell the truth. Then y'all want him to get that diamond. I know I did.
I did. I ain't gonna lie.
I got pissed every time he got interrupted or got sidetracked. Right? But he was a jewel thief. And we're rooting for the jewel thief. He was a thief. The Bible said thieves go to the lake of fire. We're rooting for somebody who's going to go to hell. We should have been hoping he get caught the whole time. That's what he do. I'm telling you, like movies, they'll have you faded. You got to be careful who you root for. Wait, why am I rooting for this guy again? Because Satan know how to get you. He know how to make you sympathize with sinners. We don't supposed to sympathize with sinners. We're supposed to understand them. But we don't supposed to sympathize with them. You know, feel sympathy for them like we're trying to be like them. No. Y'all better be careful. It was a rock group a long time ago. I forget the name of it, but you can pull up the name of a song or album they did. It was literally titled Sympathy for the Devil. In other words, we should feel sorry for the devil. Oh, it's in music too. We got a lot of catching up to do.
The devil is shrewd.
Yes, he is. Devil have you feeling sorry for him and hating God. You got people right now. There are Satanists right now that say they mad at God because he can't forgive Satan. It's out there, y'all. It's some weird stuff out there, and our children are just walking into it all. But you want to know what the biggest brainwashing institution is before we close this out? the biggest brainwashing institution. Y'all tell me what that is. Now I say institution. What'd you say?
School.
That's right, school or college. Especially college. It's not really so much school as it is college, because college, that's when you're an adult and they let you just get off into all kinds of stuff. College is the biggest brainwashing institution on the planet. And they got the nerve to charge you for the brainwashing. And then put you in years of debt. I'm going to do a whole class on that, y'all. It's so many classes that I've done. I have to redo them, and some I haven't done yet. It's just so many places we're going to have to go with this. God willing, of course. Because like I said, ain't nobody guaranteed to be here next week. And y'all make sure y'all give a shout out to the Most High. Every day he lets you wake up. But especially if he lets you make it to the Sabbath every week. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I just lost 2 people. I don't know how the second one died. The second was a childhood friend. He should be, I'm 43. He's probably like 40. And the other one hit me hard. It was one of the guys who I mentored to. 12 years old. Out there chasing the wrong group, following the wrong group, playing with a gun. Gun jammed on him. He looks into the barrel to check why the gun jammed. Gun went off, shot him in the head. 12 years old. One of mine. Like, I got a group of boys that I work with. It's called the Bankhead Boys Association. I have to pick that kid up every day. And I got the news that he shot himself in the head accidentally. Running, and ironically, y'all, running behind an older kid that I had to kick out of my group because he was a bad influence. That's how he died, chasing that kid who I kicked out of the group. Hanging out with him. Young people, God can call y'all number at any time, just like any of our older people. Watch who you hang out with. If you hanging out with somebody that you know your parents don't approve of, stop it. Don't let your parents have to find out and step in. It might be too late. My 18s and unders, y'all know who these people are, who these wild people are. Kids y'all age. Y'all see anybody like that? Time to move. Cause they'll get you back, they'll get you caught up. And he's the only one who died. All the bad influences he was hanging around, they still alive. That's messed up. He's the only one that died out of the equation. And he was falling behind the real bad kids. Just food for thought, y'all. But appreciate it again, Isaiah AC and Kevin J, whenever you are ready.
I got another question. Like just like a
Oh, okay, yeah, you were about to say something. You break it up. Go ahead.
Well, I guess not too much of a one, but I got a question about gaming on the Sabbath, and the type of gaming I'm specifically talking about is like when you're playing a game and you're grinding, like because you want to get something or you want to get further.
Right.
Would that be considered type of work we're not supposed to do, or is it okay because it's like recreational?
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Y'all can still hear me because it closed out. Yeah. It's funny you brought that up because there are some games that I play that they feel tedious. Like I was playing that Zomboid. Y'all ever heard of that game before?
Project Zomboid?
Project Zomboid. You heard of that before. That game feel like work. Like I'm not doing all of this. It's too much work. I mean, it's a very in-depth game, but I couldn't do it. So, like I said, you gotta use your own discretion on stuff like that. Games like Zelda, they feel too tedious for me. You follow what I'm saying? So you got to use your own discretion, Isaiah. That's up to you.
But it could be a sin, like if it goes too far, right?
Yeah, if it feels like it's strenuous and yeah. That's why I say you got to use your own judgment. Games like that, like, oh man, this feeling too tedious, man. Oh, I got to go get this. I got side quests. I got to go do that. Like you can really feel it wearing on you. By design, that's how it is. So, like I said, you got to use your own judgment.
It's gonna take some discernment. I appreciate that, Brother Josh.
That's the perfect word. You got to use your own discernment. I like that. And how old are you, by the way, Isaiah? Just so I can remember. I'm trying to remember everybody's ages.
I'm 15. I'm about to be 16 in July.
Ooh, man. Yep. 15, y'all. 15.
AC be having me dying in the chat, man. He a funny dude, man.
He is,
I
man.
ain't gonna lie, he a funny dude.
He like a grown man though. He 15 going on 23.
Yeah, he be killing me.
That's a grown man right there, boy. You know what I'm saying? That's a grown man. But see, but I'm saying, look how young these people are, Kevin J. On a freaking Saturday night, and we got a 15-year-old asking questions about scripture.
Yeah, it's been an eye opening thing between him and Isaac, and it's like it's a blessing because we're realizing that I believe, me personally, that the Lord has given it to us to speak to this younger generation, man. And it's just eye opening to see how fast they progress, and like some of the things they say in the chat. Not everyone, but a lot of what they say in the chat, it speaks to me as an adult, and I'm like, man, I didn't think how they thought.
Yeah.
As fast as they think. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's really an eye awakening thing. Like, it's eye opening, I should say.
And these kids, man, that's why I call them prodigies. Y'all think I just be saying that? Y'all have all the makings of prodigies, as from a spiritual standpoint of view. And a prodigy is like a young person that's wise or talented beyond their years.
Got some gifts.
Y'all got some gifts. And these little how old are you? 16, 17, 15. How young these kids is. And they sticking around. Even when Gideon not saying nothing. See, back in the day when they first started, we like, oh, they just here because Gideon talking or whatever. I get it. You know, once it die down, they ain't gonna be around no more. They still showing up, even when Gideon don't be saying nothing or even be on stage. They here for the word of God. That never stops amazing me, man. That's why when I call y'all prodigies, I'm not gassing y'all. Y'all are different. Y'all built different. Other kids out here ain't doing it like this, especially based on what we teaching. Ain't that right, Kevin J? ABT? And y'all still sticking around?
Oh, yeah. Look at the number that's here, and then look at the number of kids that's actually their age.
Right.
It's like a phenomenon. You know,
exactly.
People call me when I got out work today. People was calling me, asking me about some stuff with you, and and Gideon, and as far as what you be teaching. People call me and text me, man. I always tell people I don't seek to be a leader of a ministry because I understand the responsibility that come with. I see it with you, other ministries, my dad owner, you know what I'm saying, run a ministry. So I see it's not just peaches and cream, you know what I'm saying? So I'm wanting to be real careful of what you ask for. I just pray that I'm able to lead, my family and children, and I'm cool with that.
Right.
But it's a phenomenon going on, Josh. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I've ever witnessed something like this at this magnitude in my life. Even as a kid,
right.
I don't remember even knowing of a lot of kids that were doing this. Even though I may not have been doing it, typically you see or you're familiar with a bunch of other, kids that may be doing something. I don't recall nothing like this going on in my time period as a child.
Very small number.
Kids doing it.
To
but
this
you know what I'm saying?
extent.
Now it's like more and more and more, you know what I'm saying? The closer you get to wherever we get into with it, but it's definitely evolving, you know what I'm saying? And it's expediting the process. It's definitely expediting. These younger folks is coming in, and I just be like, man, if I would have even been thinking about it. My dad gave me a Bible that my sister stole from me when she got mad at me about some money, and that really broke my heart when I was about 21. I was about 21. She stole my NIV Bible, Josh. I felt like, what type of sick person you got to be to steal somebody's Bible over some money, right? But my point of saying is to say, even then, I used to just read about the Book of Solomon because I knew it had a lot of Proverbs. I knew it had a lot of good information in it. But yeah, man, I won't seeing brothers and kids like this, at least not where I was at. Not on the scale that I see it. Now I see it, whether it's people even agree with ABT or not. I'm seeing it with other Christian organizations. I'm seeing it with Israelites. I'm seeing it, it's just all across the board, you know what I'm saying? It's like this younger generation. And it's good because obviously, like I tell people, Satan ain't never taking a break. So either way, when I'm out of these, when I get off work at 6 p.m. sometime, and I'm on my way back, and I'm riding past IUIC, ISUBK out on the corner teaching a brother and their family to stop smoking weed or doing drugs, don't stop, become alcoholics. I'm not going to get out there and debate them on that.
Right.
I'm not going to get out there and fight them on that when they're trying to teach the youth or somebody else, even though we have other theological differences. I'm not going to pull up. You know, people like, oh man, get out there and do. I'm not going to pull up when they're trying to teach a young 15-year-old that he shouldn't do drugs or he should take care of his kids. What do I look like? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? What we differ on, we're going to differ on, and when it's time for that discussion, we'll have it. But I'm not going to contribute or stop the progression of the youth or hell, even another adult or elder. I just don't see stuff like that. I just don't agree with stuff like that, man. But I ain't even gonna, don't get me to rambling at this.
That's why I like this, people, because this is a diversified audience from every aspect of the word, Dre. From genders to races to religious background. They all come to here together. So y'all don't even understand that y'all are showing your parents and grandparents that people from different religious backgrounds can come together as one and learn together. Different races and stuff. We got the most diverse audience, and Gian said the congregation is the biggest Christian group on Discord, like the biggest. You follow what I'm saying? So we got to give a shout out to Gideon for letting God use him to bring this together, and then we just pray that he continues to let God use him. But y'all don't understand, man. Y'all are part of something, like for my ABT people, especially the ones older and been around for a while, they don't understand, do they, y'all, that this is a phenomenon, like Dre said. Y'all just don't get it. Y'all have no idea how special what y'all are being a part of right now. And y'all are the first fruits of it too. Because God willing, couple of, like 10, 15, 20 years from now, when y'all have y'all own children, then y'all gonna understand it. But y'all gonna be some beasts because y'all understanding this stuff and y'all hit these streets. They ain't gonna know what to do with y'all, man. They are not gonna know. All these youngsters, 15 years old. Isaiah ACB here every week too. You follow what I'm saying? He's just one of them. One of the regulars. He could be doing anything else tonight. He prefer to be here asking questions about the Bible. He could be running these streets. He could be at a club. He could be at a strip club. They let him in if you got fake ID or just lie. He could be anywhere. Brother on here asking questions about the Bible. So I just want y'all to let that sink in for a minute. But Kevin J, whenever you are ready, good brother. Appreciate you.
I am ready. All heads bowed, man.